Ever have a student come up to you and ask, "What do I do now?" And you realize they completed everything in Canvas? Well, lesson playlists fix this, and once you start using them, you'll never want to stop. Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm breaking down module lesson playlists in Canvas. If you're wanting some student-led activities in Canvas, let's say students finish work early, or you have a snow day and you need activities pretty quickly for students to kind of just go through, that's what lesson playlists are. This is a module where students get to choose what activity they want to complete first, while still meeting the same learning goals. All right, guys, let's get straight into this video. So what is a lesson playlist to begin with, and what does it look like within Canvas? So right here, I have a great example for Valentine's Day because it's coming up. And so here we have a module with tons of Valentine's Day activities. So a lesson playlist is just simply a collection of activities inside a Canvas module that all align to the same topic, objective, or standard. And I would say the biggest difference between this and like a regular lesson is students can complete the activities within any order. So I can provide this to my students maybe the week of Valentine's Day. So this is really great when your students, let's say, finish early on some sort of assignment in your class. You can go to the Valentine's Day playlist and pick an activity from here. We're giving students choice. You're not telling them how to learn. You're giving them multiple ways to engage with this content and letting them decide their path. So essentially, this is student-led instruction within Canvas. So I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what this specific module looks like, just to give you some inspiration when you're creating your own. So right here we have module Valentine's Day Adventure. Like I said, you could have students complete this in a day or over the course of a week when there's some extra time within your class. So the first activity is a quiz. So I created a Canvas quiz with Valentine's Day trivia. The next one is a video, and then they can choose based off of their grade level, read a little short paragraph, and answer some questions using the text box editor within Canvas. This one is a poem, so they're going to take this love document that's linked to a Google slide, and then they're going to create their little poem, submit it to Canvas. They have a word scramble. This is a quiz that I created, which is really fun because you can move all the little pieces around and then type in your answer, submit the quiz, and I got one right. Then the next activity we have is a math problem. Based on their grade level, they will complete one of these activities on a Google slide. The last one here is a quiz where they have to solve the secret code word, which is roses are red. So they complete this document and then enter that in. Then we have a little puzzle for them to click and try to solve the puzzle entirely. The next activity is a word search, so they will search for words on here. And then the final activity is to create a digital card and share it with their class. So now that I have kind of gone over what a lesson playlist in Canvas is and shown you an example, we're going to create one together. So right now I'm in Canvas. This is a completely empty course. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to come up to modules, click the plus button, and we're just going to type in lesson playlist example. And then we'll click add the module, and there we go. Now we get to start building. So that's the first step. Create your module, and now second step is to add our activities. So I'm just going to come over to this little plus button and start adding a wide variety of activities. So I can do assignments, I can do quizzes, I can do a file, pages, discussions, an external tool. We're going to create lots of different activities because we want differentiated instruction, of course. So I'm just going to start with a page. Oh, and you can see all of my preloaded stuff here. So we'll do the first activity, emoji match game, which actually I feel like would be better suited as probably a quiz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this real quick, copy this title, and then what I'm going to do is instead of it being a page, I'm going to make it into a classic quiz and then add that, and then we'll remove the page. Voila! So now I have a quiz where I can do matching emojis, which is great. I'm trying to kind of go here for like social emotional learning module. Let's see what else we got for number 2. Make a mood monster. Activity 3. So I'm gonna have a video and then like a little questionnaire that they'll answer, maybe like with a text entry box. Next one, moving on to activity 4 with what would you do? Scenario cards. Ooh, actually, instead of doing this one as a page, this is more suited to be a discussion board, I think. So we'll just do these 4 activities for now as examples. So all I would do from here is I would just start building with inside. So this activity is going to be a quiz. So it's really simple. So like the questions, we're just going to do one huge matching game. So right here, click instead of multiple choice, I would go down to matching and then maybe type in some instructions of like match the emotion described with the emoji or something like that. And just for fun, so you can kind of see my example, I just told ChatGPT create a game that would match emotional descriptions and it did it for me. Yay! So I'm just going to copy paste this in real quick into this matching question. So I have my little matching question here. I just did 4 matches. You could obviously go much longer, but for time's sake, I just decided to do 4. I also really love the extension to this, which I'm going to add as a new question. So what I'm going to do is make this instead of a matching, I'm going to do an essay question because they have a really awesome reflection right here, which says extension and reflection. Which emotion do you feel most at school? I think that is a really awesome question to add at the very end of this activity. All right, so then all I would do is click save and then move on to building the next activity. Make a mood monster. You don't have to create everything in Canvas. I think Canva has amazing interactive tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually using Canva Code. I am going to be creating a student activity that's like interactive. So here's my prompt that I did generate and get some assistance with ChatGPT. It says create an interactive digital activity for students called Make a Mood Monster. Design a paper doll styled monster builder where students can customize a monster character by adding and changing elements including like the body, facial expressions, mouth, eyes, eyebrows, color options for the body, clothing, all these different fun elements. So we're just going to click on the little arrow and we're gonna see this start to generate. Now Canva Code, I've done a couple videos on this. It does take a minute. As you can see, it's gonna code some stuff for a while. So we'll just let this run and when it stops, I will resume the recording.
A few moments later.
All right, I've moved over because the activity is more on the right side here, and this is so cute. So look, they get to click on the color, they get to change the body style, they get to add different emojis. Oh, eyes. Click and drag the eyes. That's so fun. And then like the emojis. Oh, I think it misunderstood that part, but that's okay. We'll just like put it over here. Oh, they're love. And they got a mouth, so they have like a smiley mouth that they can click and drag. This is so cute. I'm so pleased with Canva. Okay, so I am going to use this. We're going to do this on a website so I can embed it, embed the iframe. And so here is the activity. We're going to share this. Actually, you can just click publish this to the web and it's going to prepare the design. Yay! Okay, so now what I can do though, now that it's published, I can share this, go to see all. We are going to click the embed code and I'm going to copy the HTML embed code here at the top. So copy this. We're back in Canvas now. I'm just going to click edit. So I'm going to edit this page and then on the HTML side of things, I'm going to paste in my code and then it should, there's the activity. That's so fun. I love this. So now we'll save this. And now this activity is ready for my students to interact with in Canvas. Moving on now to the next one. So this is calm down video. I actually, while the Canva code was generating, I did find this video that I'm going to embed into Canvas. So I'm just going to click the embed code and then copy this over here. And we're going to go back into Canvas and do a little calm down check-in video. So I'll just click so there's two ways to like embed stuff. You can use the little cloud option, or you can always just go into the HTML editor button, which is right here. So now I have this. I'm just going to center it up because that's what I like to do. And then I'm going to add one reflection question, which is just, how did you feel after watching this video? Then I'm just going to add, we'll make it 1 point value. So kind of just based upon completion. And then instead of no submission, we are going to do online and just a text entry. So they just immediately get a little text box and they can respond to that question really quick. We have done 3 out of 4 activities now, which is great. Let's move on to the last one, which is a discussion board. So this one, what I'm going to do is we're going to create a little slide deck of different scenario cards. It's going to be really short, probably just like 3 cards. And then we'll have students in the discussion maybe respond to one of them. Okay, I'm in a Google slide deck now, and I have my little 3 different scenarios, and I want to embed these into Canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File. We're going to click Share, Publish to the Web. And we're going to then select the embed button. So I'll click publish, okay. And then of course, grab that bit of code that I want. Make sure that the share is set to, instead of restricted, anyone with the link can view. And then we will go back to Canvas, to our discussion board. Click the edit button. And in edit mode, let me minimize my little menu over there for a second. I'm going to select the HTML editor, paste in my code, my iframe, and then you will see here, I'm going to center my cards up. And so then I'm going to add a bit of instructions. So I, of course, am using a lovely chat GPT. Underneath the cards here, hit enter and then paste in my instructions so that they have to choose one scenario card to respond to. In your post, answer, how would you feel? What would you do? What is one respectful or kind choice you could make? And then optional sentence starters for my students. So then, of course, from here, you get to choose if you want them to be anonymous or not. I'm actually going to do like full, so that way, this is, social emotional learning. Let's keep them hidden. Why not? And I'm going to click the save button once I've figured out all of my options. And then we have our lovely discussion board for students to view. They can then click reply and complete this activity. So now I am done with my playlist here. The last thing I am going to do, I am going to click edit and we are going to add requirements. The requirements are going to be, we want students complete all of the activities, but we are going to leave students must move through requirements in order. We're going to uncheck that box because we want to give our students choice. That's kind of the whole purpose of a playlist, right? So then I get to decide all of the requirements. So for activity 1, I don't want them to just view the item. I want them to submit the assignment. I'm going to add for activity 2. Activity 2 is a page. Have to contribute something to the page. So meaning they have to kind of like interact with it. The third requirement is the assignment. So we'll have them submit something. And then for the 4th activity, we will have them, it is a discussion. Yeah, we want them to contribute to the page. So then I will click save. All of my requirements are completed. And there you go. Now I have this wonderful lesson playlist for students. Again, we can use this in so many different ways. Doesn't have to just be for social emotional learning or a Valentine's Day lesson. You can use it for pretty much anything. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Just a few last things. That Valentine's Day lesson I will have for you linked in the description below so you can access that and try it out with your students. Also, would greatly appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe if you have not already. And of course, if you ever have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below or just say hi. I love hearing from all of you. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.